Good morning, everybody on YouTube. Good morning, guys. Listen, on Discord, you're now live. I'm gonna move down to live on air, so I don't mess with your preparations and stuff. I'll check you down there. Okay. That was a quick move. Good morning, everybody. Again, as you can see, I'm still starting up. Man, I tell you what, I don't know who of you know about this, but if you are on our Discord, you might have read about this. Okay, so Explain got updated to this new, I think they call it R3. And then there's this little hidden gem where you can actually add a little string to your installer, and then you can get the new DSF files that they are going to release anyway at some point in time. So I did it, and it tells me it needs to re-download my entire 56 gigabyte worth of DSF files and stuff in my global scenery. Obviously, I checked it with the guys. That's what it does. That's how it works. All right. So now I'm stuck. My X-plane is telling me, but it moves. That value changes. It was just at 2 hours. Now it's down to 14 minutes. I don't know. It's bombed out. It's going nowhere. So I'm stuck. Which means that if I want to fly this morning, I'm gonna do this in 2020. That's the only way I'm gonna do it. So Christer went through all the motions and all the effort to make the actual X-Plane 12 scenery, better for us to do these flights. And Christer, I apologize in public to you, sir. Not my doing. I didn't know this thing was going to do this. And it's only afterwards, obviously, checking with the people that I realized that this is a little bit more than I expected. So we'll catch up with the other flights soon. GSS. All right. Okay. Then the other thing. Oh, yes. What I want to do. Yeah. We'll do the route again. Don't worry about that. And good morning, Steve. Sorry, I started talking so much. I didn't even say good morning. It's just crazy. Now, the other thing I want to check here is in terms of my content manager, EGSS. I bought EGSS from somewhere. I'm pretty sure I bought EGSS. Where would that be then? Why is it not registered in my system? We can have a look in the marketplace. See who does EGSS. Okay, now this is interesting because now I was pretty sure I bought a EGSS from somewhere because I had the freeware one and then I upgraded it. Now, who made EGSS? Google is your friend. Let's have a look. See, MSF is 2020 EGSS. Let's see who makes this thing. Ah, okay. Well, even that didn't help. So either I am smoking something that I don't know, or I just haven't woken up. Good morning, Tommy. Good morning, Rob. Anyway, okay, I'm going to fly the default in. Obviously, it's one of those silly things, but what the heck. We'll make the best of it. I'll go figure out what I did and where my mind lost itself with this EGSS story. On another time, we'll worry about it later. So, I hope you guys had a good Saturday. Tell you what, I was completely shattered when I got home eventually after that whole day there, standing next to that athletics field. I went to sleep. I slept for over 4 hours. It was crazy.
Nico, any builds has EGSS?
Any builds?
Yes.
I
Didn't you
thought
get it
as
from
much.
them?
Let's start the build manager. I know I bought one. Question is now, why is it not installed, man? Yeah, there we go. Oh no, wait a minute. Boundless, the one I've got for X-Plane. Telling you now, I had a payware for EGSS. I'll have to go through all my records to find it. Hey man. I'm in my INI manager and I can see I've got the one for X-Plane 11, but I don't have one for X-Plane or for 2020. Hmm. No, it's funny. It's very, very, very funny. Real time. Let's see. Okay.
FS Realistic connected.
Historical weather can go off, please. We want that. That looks fishy. Can it be? Guys, do you have clouds at EGSS or not? Hello, hello.
Clear sky and X-Plane.
Clear sky. Okay, well, it's clear sky here as well. So I was just wondering. Thank you, Krister. Hey. The reason I'm querying it is because I've seen a couple of complaints in Facebook this morning where people are complaining they don't have clouds in 2020 anymore since the last update. I'm just sitting here looking, thinking,
Yeah, there is an issue.
okay,
I also saw a notice that they are investigating.
okay, all right. Hello, Patty.
Meteor is clear anyway.
Yeah, yeah, that's
On
why I checked it. Eight H needs to come up.
Hey, what is the difference between runway 04 and 04 Charlie?
I don't know. Never heard of a 04 Charlie at that place, Hakan, to be honest. It's either new or temporary or something that, has nothing to do with us, essentially. I don't know. You'll have to try find a note down and see. Right, okay, so there we have it. Let's file our flight plan. You see, Christa, I didn't read the note terms because now I've planned for 04. I think everybody here has planned for 04. Nobody checked that standard, SOP. I don't want to check. Altitude 24, 28, 29. Okay, Christer. Not what I wanted to do. That's what I go. 90. YouTube. Right. Ooh, that's a Skymatix in a hurry.
Stansted traffic, Skymatix VA stand 20, taxing via Bravo Hotel, hold point runway 04.
Couple of nice Skymatix here. Excellent. Here, oh, STKP. I never started STKP. That's why I'm confused. Okay, Patty. Right. Right. Just for your information, gents, apart from X-plane loading in the background, I've also got a bunch of tiles being created with also for XP. And I've noticed it's a bit stuttery, so I do apologize. One of those things that also didn't pan out exactly correctly. Right, let's start loading up. Wait, 57. I forget with 2020 you have to click outside before you scroll, otherwise you change your whole point of view. Yeah, 17.
Stansted traffic, Skymatix 04, line up and take off, runway 04.
Actually doesn't. Turn back on as well. Why not? Start the AP. Chris there.
Cameron 047, lining up and waiting.
Uh, there's someone taking off. Wonderful. 9. This a little better. That's one heck of high pressure. Yo.
And he was showing me the differences between having
Take it
Ultra
off, runway
and having
04.
Ground stuff off. Ground traffic, people, things like that. You turn all that off and you'll never get a stutter again, apparently.
Kevin,
Yes.
Uncle John, I don't know what's happening, but when Uncle John broadcasts, we can only hear you. We hear Uncle John faintly in the background there. So I don't know what happened now.
What, you could only hear me when I was just speaking to George, eh?
Yeah, and it's Uncle John obviously transmitting his intentions. There he's taking off now, but it was so funny.
I wonder if he's got us coming through on his loudspeaker or something.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's a good thing we weren't talking about Nico that time.
Well, I mean, it's a good exercise because
I was on mute.
Stansted traffic Skymatix 356 lining up runway 04.
Not really.
Yeah, because I went through a lot of settings in this Discord the other day, you know, because of the problem I had where the anything that came through on IVO was transmitting through on my Discord channel, Discord thing, yeah. And apparently it is a problem with Discord, and there is fixes for it. So I went through a lot of stuff yesterday to fix it, but I haven't had a chance to try it yet. So I'll see what happens now.
I don't have any such issues. All I do is just set it up correctly, Kevin. So afterwards we can run through my settings. I'll show you what I did. I don't have any issues like that. There's nothing strange about the whole story. But anyway, okay. I just thought I'd mention it to you. I'm gonna jump back down.
Okay. Catch you in a bit.
Right, okay. So we've got all of this sorted. That's done. Beacon light can come on.
Are you online, Nico?
I am, and I'm streaming and all.
I can't see you on the airport.
I'm just there. Literally just there.
I can see you both.
What's your position?
I think it's stand 44.
44.
Ready
Okay.
to push, tail to the left, park brakes off.
Do you see me in the 23?
I'm not looking, Hakan. I'm busy trying to figure out what's happening here on my system.
Okay.
Oh, you know what happened? I didn't set up a SID and a star. Oh, I'm so used to the Zebo importing SIDs and stars. I never did this one.
Brakes released.
Yeah, now everything is messed up.
Brakes released, here we go.
Stansted traffic, Skymatix 356 taking off, runway 04.
It bounces forward, backwards like this. Stupid. Right. This one is
Stansted traffic pushing back Turkish 908.
Stansted traffic, Skymatix 356 airborne, passing 1,900 feet.
Stansted traffic, Skymatix 001, taxi holding point runway 04. There we go. Oh, crap. We haven't even started the engines. Apologies, guys. I need to start my engines now. Please, please. Please. It's funny how I wanted to beat you and now I can't. You're going to beat me.
That's when you rely too much on Linda.
Yeah. It's a little bit out of sequence all of a sudden. And this jumping and popping on the screen because of all the processes running in the background is kind of annoying me, man. It's Turkish. And wait. I presume that's Anthony over there. You're still taxiing, Anthony?
Yep.
Stansted traffic, taxi to runway 04, Turkish 908.
Skymatix 001 is now ready for taxi to runway 04. There's Hakan. Hello, Hakan.
Hello.
FS Realistic connected.
Right, so who of you know FS 2020 better than me, and who of you use FS Realistic with FS 2020? I have a question. It seems that FS Realistic only works when I click on it. See, look, you can see there's movement, right? The moment I click in FS 2020, that movement disappears. What could be the cause of that? Anybody know? Is there interference in FS 2020? I'm running it as administrator, by the way, the FS Realistic. I've tried it with and without. Same story. When I click on it, the effects appear, and when I click on FS 2020 back to continue flying, the effects disappear. Never seen it before.
It seems that it's a kind of installation problem or reset, or maybe you didn't update.
Update what? Everything is up to the latest version. Okay. I don't know. That's weird. It's totally weird. When I click on it, it works. No problem. When I click in 2020, it goes away. So strange. Anthony?
Yep.
I didn't press my timer. Where are you now? How high are you?
Turned out. Yeah, you can come.
Okay. Stansted traffic Skymatix 001 taking off runway 04.
Good takeoff, sir.
Thank you, Arke.
Approaching 04. On runway 04.
Hate this bouncing effect in the screen.
Stansted traffic lining up for runway 04, Turkish time right straight.
Airspeed alive.
Got that bug.
8
Alright.
knots. Rotate. Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. Andy, I find that if I don't have the movement in my cockpit, it just doesn't feel as realistic for me. It kind of annoys me, man. I really want if it's realistic to work. So what I'll do is I'll just uninstall it and reinstall it later and see what's up. Because, I mean, there's a clear difference between a static cockpit and a moving cockpit, you know, so I prefer the more real moving cockpit. See. Gotcha. I mean, it's not as if it's completely stationary, which is why I'm thinking maybe 2020 is clashing with it. I mean, I don't know if there's a setting or something. I'll go hunt for it, but it looks as if kind of 2020 might have a setting that's working against it. I don't know.
A minute. Flex runway SRS. V1.
I'll wait until I hit.
Rotate.
Enjoy. Hakan, I'll wait until I get to about 10,000 foot and then I'll go make some coffee as well. I really need some more coffee refill now.
Post the freight gear up.
Go for it. I haven't had coffee this morning. Come to think of it, I had hot chocolate. So it's time for coffee.
Climb thrust.
Hello, Hendrik.
Flaps up.
And you can say that again. I mean, this was an extremely high pressure. Unusual. Hendrik, this is 2020. My X-plane is actually still updating. So I'll go back to X-plane in the next flight again, but my X-plane's going updating in the background. That's one of the reasons why when I look around, it pops. You see, look, it's not a smooth look that I get. It's like there's a buffer that gets full and the next moment it jumps to the next view, you know, so that's all part of it. And I've also got some auto for XPs for this area that I'm busy making in the background. So my system is working extra hard today.
I'm gonna get coffee.
I'm gonna just quickly set this machine up to run and then I'm gonna go fetch my coffee too. There you go. And my explainer is just finished. So that should alleviate a bit of stress on the processor. Okay. Christer, now you ask me just when I want to walk away. Let me do this. FedEx 26. Okay, I've got you on the map. Excellent. Well, welcome to our family here on YouTube, and I hope you enjoy your flight too. Yeah, let me go get my coffee first and then we'll talk about it. There are a couple of things that I can share with you already. Okay, so I'll be back in like 5 minutes. If you guys want to go grab a coffee, now's a good time. Run. We'll be back now.
Radio check, radio check. Radio check, radio check. Radio check, radio check. Radio check, radio check. Radio check, radio check.
All right, I'm back and I see I'm in the cruise. What a wonderful thing an autopilot can be, eh? Not even left the UK coast yet. Right, okay, so, Christer, when you're ready, you let me know, I'll tell you a little bit more. All right, okay, so with that last stream, let's start with the good stuff first, right? With the last stream where we asked for a little bit of financial assistance, we got a lot of guys chipping in. Okay, so we've got enough money now to stay with the current provider. Okay, so I'm going to show you the original website, and then I'll show you the new website, and then we can chat a little bit about that. Set it up quick so I can show you. That tab.
Thank you for radio check.
Sounds like Antonio in the background. Anthony.
Yeah.
I see I'm going to shoot past you with a high rate in the next minute or so.
I see so.
That's interesting. What you flying? PMDG?
No, X-Plane.
Okay. Your frames are up? It's not slowing you down?
Yeah, I'm stable at 32.
Okay.
32, 32.
What's your ground speed?
Let me check. .336.
Ooh, that's low. That's why.
Yeah, I've got a 93 headwind. I don't know why.
Yeah,
It's so low.
I've got a 66 knot tailwind. That's
What's the
interesting.
altitude? I'm at 28.
Hendrik, yeah, thank you very much. You're obviously welcome. I'm not going to say no. But in essence, we do have enough money now. Two things, when we talk about money, there were two options. We either stay with the current provider, but then we have to upgrade the website. Okay? that cost was 175 or 77 US dollars. Okay, so that's covered. That's not a problem. If we cannot stay with the current provider, the cost to move to a new provider will escalate and increase to 330 US dollars per year. Okay, now we don't have enough for that, but subsequently, after the stream and Paul reaching out to Mako, me speaking with Mako, Max speaking with Mako, everything came down back to Mako. Okay, we did not know if Mako was going to be able to, if he was available, if he was going to continue with the current provider. We didn't know that. And Mako is the guy that makes the magic happen. Okay, so remember this name, Mako. We're going to mention that name a couple of times. So, I'm going to quickly share my screen here again. Where's Edge? Right, so all of you guys that are familiar with the Skymatix VA know this is the old VA. There you've got the live map and you can see everybody doing this group flight together and other guys scattered all over, right? So this is the old VA website. Now, this is the new one. All right, so at the time when we started looking at the future, we knew that our deadline to make a decision is 14 February, right? We needed to make the decision whether we're going to stay with the current provider, meaning the hosting company, the PHP VMS system, the disposable Euro context, all the stuff that is in here. If you look at the bottom there, it says the disposable extended pack. So I spoke to Disposable Euro, that's his username. I don't know what his real name is. Spoke to him. I raised a couple of concerns. We started putting feelers out for people in the event that if Mako couldn't make it. You know, Mako he's got a family, he's got a business to run, he's got things to do. You know, during the COVID lockdown, everybody was looking for something to do, and it was a great escape for him and for us to put this website together, and all the work was done because, you know, we didn't have anything else to do. Now, with family and work always coming first, you know, this is again just become a hobby, not so much a primary thing. Okay, so what he did was he actually quickly started changing the fonts, because one of the big problems we had was the fonts. Now, the one thing I did not know that he was going to do is he removed the day-night facility. See, the day-night facility never really worked very well. I can show you. This is the old website. If you go to night mode, it actually looked shockingly bad. And depending on which page you were, you couldn't read anything. Anyway, okay, so that's the first thing he took out after changing some of the fonts. You guys will pick up on the menus and everything being different. It's a whole bunch of things that will change. In the new website, we are now going to have a multilingual facility, so you can see the different languages that gets put in there. I didn't even know that was coming, and you know, he put that in there. Anyway, so coming back to the principles, the stuff that we were toying with and that we had to make provision with is we had to get the money. Now we have the money. We had to secure Mako. Now it seems that Mako is helping us again. All right. He has sufficiently updated the website, bar a couple of small problems, that it is functional. Okay, so we can effectively move over already. In the interim, we spoke to another follower, supporter called Marco. And Marco actually went and did some studying, and he taught, you know, himself a little bit, and through his studies to actually see how this website works. Because in the event that Mako couldn't make it, Marco would have to take over, kind of a thing. Now, I think the logical next step is going to be that those two gentlemen need to speak to each other, because if Mako can just stay in his position where he can manage everything, Marco can implement things. But that's, again, I'm talking, you know, about a nice to have. I'm not sure it's going to pan out that way. We'll have to get the two gentlemen together to see. Because at the end of the day, it makes sense to keep this VA system for the simple reason that in our VA system we can create tours, and all of you guys are very well familiar with the tours. You like the tours, you want the tours. I was actually toying with the idea of actually re-enabling, because it's a new system, completely new system, just letting all the old tours come back for another run. You know, a lot of new guys can then go do some of our old tours. One of the other things that you get with the new website is you can actually create, I'm not going to go into it now to show you, but you can actually create yourself some assignments, and the system will actually just generate you a couple of random flights for the month, you know, and then you can go flight like it's the actual airline giving you a roster kind of a thing. You know, that runs independent of tours or anything else. So if you don't know where to fly to, you click a button, it creates it for you. So it made sense to stay here, but Mako was the big question mark. Now, Mako said he'll continue on Monday again, and the next step that he's going to do is going to be the fleet. Because currently the fleet, there's an interesting scenario about the fleet. In the old VA, when you created a flight and you actually went to pick your aircraft, you see there was a whole list of aircraft. Okay, in the new VA, that's not necessary anymore. We don't need that because it runs on different levels. So when you go to your flight operations, or we go to fleet, obviously the old database was brought over, but literally it's not required anymore. In this page, if we have one aircraft of each, it should be sufficient, because we don't put a block on it that if you fly that aircraft, no one else can fly it. I mean, anybody can fly the same aircraft. So that brought up a whole discussion regarding whether we want to keep the old system, all these multiple airframes, or whether we're just going to have one. So one of the first comments that I was given is we want the old system because I have a personal favorite. Where's this one? TDD, that one. That aircraft, TDD. That is McTrying's favorite aircraft. When he wants to fly, he always picks that one. Now, just to show you the one that I usually use is this one, TDN. All right? I always fly that one. So there you can see. That's Mac testing, that's me testing. And it appears that a lot of people have now latched on. Even Uncle John said, but I have a favorite. You know, they've latched on to a certain registration. We have to decide in the coming week whether we're going to keep the registrations at ease, start completely over, have only one or not. Because typically what happens here now is every single one of these airframes is now going to populate the database. It's going to increase the database size tremendously. Okay? Whereas if you have a single airframe, the database, you know, can be slightly smaller, you know, might be negligible. I don't know. We have to wait for confirmation on that one. But effectively in this new VA system, what happens is when you go and you pick a flight, I'll show you quickly. It's like an onion. You get different layers, right? So now when you create your flight, I'm going to just take the A320 just for illustrative purposes. Right? Oh, he didn't set it up that way yet. Hope he didn't change it so that I can actually show you. Let's go pick a. So I want to show you. Oh, there we go. So once you've picked the airframe from your VA and you go into your actual SimBrief page where you create your SimBrief flight plans, you see you've got a drop-down list. Now I can choose between PMDG and ZIBO. All right, now if you go to the Airbus, what it should show you everyone that we have, which would include a Thales A320 that's coming, a Jar Design A320, a Flight Factor A320, a Phoenix, and what's that other one? Fly-by-wire. So there's going to be 5 different options, all right, to speak with SimBrief, you know, to get your proper and accurate thing, which is something that we really have to debate. We have to debate whether we want to keep, you know, all these aircraft in the system and then allow people to just stick to their old original nice to have registration, or whether we just make one of each, which will give us, I think there's 21 or 22 airframes in total as the main subfleets. So this is the kind of stuff that we need to figure out, that what do we really want to do. And to make a decision based upon limited information is always a bit of a problem. Yeah, Christer, I think so too. That was my argument. But like I said to McTrying and Uncle John, I'm not a little dictator, you know. I don't want to force people to do something they don't want. So we might end up, you know, asking more of you guys for input. I like the idea of keeping it simple, because let me explain another point of view here quickly. If you look at the aircraft in the fleet here, obviously after each flight, your fuel on board, the amount of hours, and when last it was flown gets updated. Now, if you only have one airframe, that thing is going to go seesaw, up and down, because I'm going to land and 2 minutes later you're going to land, and 3 minutes later another person is going to land. So that is going to kind of be weird if we make it a single airframe. Now, I don't pretty much care for it, because the money system, that is the financial system in the VA, is not used. It is not implemented properly. It means nothing. It's just, ooh, wow, you know, nice to have, but it means nothing. So I don't pretty much care. If we were to simulate a proper airline, things like this would matter, okay? But now you get different. Thank you, Krista. You get different. Oh, by the way, sorry, Mezian, welcome. Sorry, I missed your comment there. Welcome. Hello. Oh, I've lost my train of thought. Anyway, to come back to this whole costing and things like that, we don't simulate costing. We don't simulate a fine for being late. We don't simulate any wear and tear. We don't simulate a repair shop. We don't simulate all these other things. What I believe. No, I don't need more money. No, Christer, we don't need more money. Money is done. The money is here. What we do need right now is just to decide on the final couple of things, you know, like this fleet story. We want to keep all of them. Do we want to allow people, I mean, because, look, let's for argument's sake, we have 20 Zebo mods. Okay, I promise you there's probably 50 guys flying the Zebo at the same time, and they are in any way going to choose the same airframe. It's inevitable. We can't make, let's say there's 200 flyers, you know, pilots in the VA. We can't make 200 airframes so that each one can fly his own one to build up his own statistics, which again just points me to this thing that it doesn't matter whether we only have one airframe and everybody shares it, or whether we have 200 and each one gets his own airframe. You know, that's the kind of stuff we just need to decide on, you know, to really push through and to make it work. And I'll speak to Mako and Marco on Monday again, and we'll have a look-see, you know, what they say, and then we'll speak to Uncle John and Paul and Mac, and then from there on we'll come back to you guys and we'll make a final decision, and we'll say, okay, well, make a pick. Think about it so long, you know, think about where you want the VA to go to, because I want the VA, me personally, to be able to keep track of my PIREPs, my own flights. I don't care which airframe it is. I just want to see that I've got my hours, I've got my PIREPs, and I'm getting access to a whole bunch of flights, so I can just pick one from a list. Okay. Someone else would use the VA as a marathon. They want to see how many flights they can do in a day. Somebody else would use this thing a little bit more seriously, and they want to see how much money they can make. I don't know. Each one uses the VA for a different reason. Oh my goodness, I'm on top of descent. Oops. Just turn this thing down a bit. We'll improvise as we go down. I don't know where I must go down to. Where's my SDK? Navigraph. We need to descend to 3000. Okay. So you see what I'm talking about, Krista. There's a lot of things that I think maybe once we've spoken out to Mako and Marco on Monday, the next step would be to get everybody on Discord and have a half an hour talk session and ask the questions. I think that's going to be the next step after Monday, because clearly we've decided what system, we want to be on, and the money is there, so that's not a problem. We're going to continue. We're going to use the new VA version 2 website, but what do we need to change in the version 2 VA website? That's the next thing that comes to mind. And then we obviously, once that is in place, the next meeting will be, okay guys, we're ready to implement it, but these are the rules. Come talk to us. When you register, this is what you're going to get, this is what you're going to lose, this is what you won't get again, this is how we're going to give you back what you lost within our powers, things like that. Then it becomes a different dynamic again. Yeah, so we'll probably tell you after Monday, such and such an evening, maybe Wednesday. I'm just thumb sucking a day now. Let's get together, show you, and talk about it. And then we take it to the next step and the next step. The big thing now is, at least we're not going to lose the VA because of money. And it's now also a question of just time to implement V2 website, because the version 1 website is still functional, it still works. And one good morning, it should be as easy as, oh, here's the new website, please register again. We'll set up your TIX numbers to be the same as they were right now, because, we don't want to give you a new TIX number unless we really, really have to give you a new TIX number. So, and it should be a minimal issue just to change over. You're going to have to change your API key in your client. That's one thing you're going to have to change. We'll have to put your TIX number back in place, and then you should be able to, good to go. Good to go again. And with all that rambling, I hope I talked a little bit of sense at least. Anthony, ek sien jou screenshot hierso, sure. Pleasure, Tommy.
Major difference, eh?
Major difference. Means that explain weather engine is wrong.
You add your tailwind together, that's the speed difference.
Yeah, I wonder why the explain weather would be so far out. It's totally different. So do you have a tailwind or a headwind there, Krister?
I now have it coming in from the right. 75 knots.
I still have a tailwind. Just we're obviously comparing the winds in the position we are at now, or were at the time that we did the comparisons. Probably a better way of saying it. So, Anthony had one hell of a wind from the front, and I had one hell of a wind from the back. Well, it's nice to see 7 guys flying together. Wow, nice. Christer took a shortcut, and now him and Uncle John are on top of each other almost. Hey, Christer. Yeah, he took the ILS like me.
Oh, we've got center as well, or approach.
Rarig.
Just came online.
Approach, good morning, Skymatix 001, flight level 195, approaching Nantes. Here in it.
Skymatix 10, turn immediately, turn left immediately, heading 270.
I'm sorry, sir, Skymatix 10 is deaf. You will have to use text. He will not hear you.
Skymatix 001, record.
Skymatix 001, go ahead. Ja, Geert, I'll do it better and more prepared when we meet each other, because I obviously want to run through the whole thing with all of you guys. I think the big thing here is just to know we've got enough money, we know which system we're going to stay with. Now it's a question of deciding between Mako and Marco and what they're going to do, what each of them will do, how they're going to work together, if even, you know, and how long it's going to take to just implement this thing. Obviously, the fleet is a big concern for me right now.
Skymatix 001, what are vectoring for LF Zulu runway 03, turn white heading 205, descent flight level 70.
You want us to turn heading 205 and then down to 70, Skymatix 01? I think that's what he said. No, why is he not talking?
Altimeter setting.
Nantes Tower, Skymatix 356, flight level 100. Good morning.
Skymatix 356, squawk 1000, please.
Squawk 1000, Skymatix 356.
Skymatix 356, identify, what are they doing for LF Zulu runway 03, turn white heading 195 and descend 3000 feet, QNH 1043.
Skymatix 356, on arrival, GODAN 1 Charlie via NITEM, runway 03, descend 3000 feet, Skymatix 356.
This is interesting. This aircraft is not sticking to the VNAV path. Look, completely wrong. It's like it's not recalculating. It's still working on the presumption that it's using the actual magenta line route. Interesting.
Good day, approach Skymatix 008, descending to flight level 193.
Skymatix 008, good day. Eyes on P5, descent stretch level 70 with just minimal speed.
Descending down to 70 and reducing speed to minimum speed. Skymatix 008.
Skymatix 356, turn left heading 145, clear for Isla Zulu runway 03, report established.
Skymatix 356, cleared for ILS runway 03.
Hope he remembers me.
Skymatix 001 with the speed 200 knots.
Going down to 200 knots, Skymatix 001. Ah, this coffee is nice. He's turning me wide so the other guys can get in first.
Skymatix 356, immediately turn left heading 250. Skymatix 356, clear ILS Zulu 03.
Skymatix 356, cleared for ILS runway 03.
Skymatix 001, turn left heading 087, clear ILS Zulu runway 03, report established.
Thank you, cleared for the ILS runway 03, report established. We are turning now, sir, heading, can you give the heading again, please? 087 or something.
Skymatix 001, heading 085, and descend 3000 feet, QNH 1043.
QNH 1043, 3000 feet and heading 085, Skymatix 001. Thank you for the subscription. Welcome. Welcome. Hope you're going to enjoy it here. Yeah, we are way out just to make room for all these other guys.
Approach, good day, this is Turkish Liner 82.
Target Airline 982, good day. Radar vectoring for ILS Zulu runway 03, turn right, heading 185, and reduce minimal speed. Skymatix 356, contact on 118.65, good day. Turkish Airline 982.
Go ahead.
Turkish 982, radar vectoring for ILS Zulu runway 03, turn right, heading 155.
Sir, I don't understand what you say. Could you please write?
With a minimum speed.
I don't understand what you say. Could you please write immediately?
Turkish 982, contact tower 118.65, good day.
Roger, going to tower 118.650. Thank you very much.
I don't accelerate right now, me and Akon are gonna have an absolute big smash up.
Naval Tower, Skymatix 008, just confirming heading. I see a possible conflict.
Skymatix 008, heading 233.
Heading 223, Skymatix 008.
Skymatix 001, descent 3000 feet, QNH 1043.
Yeah, I've just noticed the aircraft did not descend, sir. I'm going to have to redo this approach, so you'll have to give me vectors, Skymatix 001. If it's possible.
Skymatix 001, can I repeat?
What on earth did he say now? So we will never make this ILS, so you're going to have to vector me for another try, Skymatix 001.
Skymatix 001, descent with 1000 feet, turn left heading 360.
3,000 feet and 360, Skymatix 001.
Skymatix 008, descend 3000 feet and turn left heading 075, clear Zulu and 03, report établi.
Turning left, 075, down to 3000 feet.
Skymatix 001, turn left, heading 270.
Left 270, Skymatix 001. Well, he is a student, so we might as well give him work, I suppose, eh? Let him practice a bit.
Skymatix 008, just catch up ILS 1903.
Skymatix 008, confirm established 03.
008, established runway 03.
Skymatix 008, contact over 118.65, good day.
I don't think in the rest of the world he would be on approach with that rating. That I mean, this is way above his pay grade or his abilities. I'm just trying to make the best of the bad situation right now. So, me just take it as it comes. Yeah, Andy, I'm not sure how true this would be. I'm obviously speculating, but the guy on tower is also an AS3. It's probably two buddies who just decided that today is the day they're going to work together, you know, so there's not much we can do about it except disconnect. And at this point in time, I figured I've come this far, I might as well just stay online and have some fun with him. You could be using old software, and that's another thing.
Skymatix 001, do you visual approach?
We can do visual approach as Skymatix 001.
Skymatix 001, turn left heading 120.
Left heading 120, Skymatix 001. Makes sense, Andy. Makes sense. If he was in our division, I doubt he would be able to do this either. It just won't be allowed. Yeah, interesting, Tommy. So when I'm done here, I'm going to have to update my second explain. And there, I'm not going to do the download from the content download network that explain provides, or Laminar provides. I'm simply going to just copy my global scenery from the one to the other, because I'm not going to waste another 24 hours downloading 56 gig again. Damn it, that was a bit of a surprise. My authos are done for the UK, so I need to go test them. And yeah, good luck to all of you guys that still have to update your 56 gig in X-Plane to get the new DSF files, man. I mean, they did it to us like a few weeks ago, and now we have to do it again. Very interesting way of doing business. I must be honest, weird. So an interesting thing, I don't know if it's implemented already, but a month or two ago, they were talking about limiting domestic flights at Nantes, Bordeaux, and there was another place. They say it's better for the environment to drive the train. So I'm not sure how it's going to influence international flights like this coming from other countries, but pretty soon you're not going to see local domestic flights into this airport, eh? What a shame. Same with Bordeaux and whatever the other one was, can't remember. Andy, no, I'm not flying back. I need to now go sort out X-Plane and get that going, and then later on again we'll fly, but not immediately.
Skymatix 001, turn left heading 033, and wait for the runway inside.
Turning 033, will report runway inside Skymatix 001. Skymatix 001, we have the runway in sight.
Skymatix 001, contact over 119 decimal 65, good day.
Thank you, good day. Skymatix is switching tower 118.65. Falling over my tongue there. Talking nonsense. Have a good morning, Skymatix 001. We on a 12-mile final runway 03.
Skymatix 001, clear to land runway 03, wind 360 degrees starway 3 knots.
Thank you, clear to land runway 03, Skymatix 001. set up my aircraft properly. Talking too much and then thinking about other stuff. Ish. Right, I see everybody has jumped up to the upstairs Discord room, so take my mute off here. Minima, I know, Sasso, I know. I was just confessing to everybody that I was talking too much and thinking about other stuff. I never set it up. And now you come around and you rub it in. Oh my goodness. There you go.
Approaching.
No problem,
0,
Sasso.
3.
Right is right, you know. Right is right. Because I'm lazy doesn't mean I'm right. Right is right. Yeah, this was a cool approach, man. I also noticed that my alignment on my Bravo throttle where the flap should be isn't entirely lining up, so I've had to lift the lever a bit because it actually went down to flaps 40. Can you believe it?
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Thousand feet remaining.
No, this was a better PMDG landing than the last couple. And we runway vacated Skymatix 001.
Skymatix 001, taxi to stand 1 via Romeo 3.
Give that stand number again. We'll use Romeo 3, but I missed the stand number, so Skymatix 001. Okay, well, I'm just going to pick one. Just park right next to my company traffic. Seems to be a bit of a discrepancy between the stock and stock 2020 and experiencing any squeezing in the middle. Damn it. On the block, Skymatix 001. Thank you for ATC, sir. I miss Linda. That's one thing for sure. Right, we can switch you guys off. Thank you, everybody, for flying with. Let me move up. Gents, thank you for flying with.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nico. Nice little flight, that.
Yeah, yeah.
I took a couple of pics, Nick.
Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, you can put them where you know where to put them, you know.
What happened, Nico? Did you miss the ILS?
The aircraft didn't descend. I was, number one, talking too much. Number two, not looking at the actual descent because I was cleared down to 3,000 and it never happened. The aircraft didn't go down. So,
I see.
yeah, my mistake as well. So,
I was wondering why you had gone past it and then coming back round again.
yeah. Thanks, Black Knight. Yeah, I know there were conditions to it, but I know that it's, you know, it's in the planning. I just wasn't sure if it's been implemented yet. I think there will be a bit of a sigh about it. We'll see. But anyway. So, gents, thank you for watching. Ladies, if there are any, thank you. We lost a whole bunch of viewers there at one point in time. Not sure why. If I said something wrong, I apologize if I did. But wow, the viewer count just dropped to nothing almost, and then it came back after a few minutes. So anyway, for those of you that came back, thank you. Those of you that persevered, thank you. Guys who left, I don't know why. Anyway, so we'll talk to you guys later. I'm definitely going to try stream again later today, and that will be back in Explain, if I can just sort out my Explain now. And we'll take the Zibo mod for a spin. Probably from here. Let's quickly have a look, see, just as a matter of interest, what is the next flight that is planned? Duplicate this tab.
Kev, I've got clouds.
Oh, you've got clouds now, Rob. Good man.
What'd you do? Just left it.
Yeah, they say it comes back after a while. Anyway, just quickly, let me stop the stream, guys. Give me a second. Okay, I see the next flight that we can do from here will be to Frankfurt on. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do. So we'll check you guys later. Thanks, Black Knight. Alex, let me ask you this. Hello and welcome. Come to Discord. We're going to be here a little while still on Discord. So if you want to join us, come sit here with us, come talk to us. The Discord link is below the video. So yeah, otherwise we'll see you guys later. Cheerio. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey.